I was working in an office and a girl came to work with me who was a member of the church. I didn't know that at the time. I just knew that we got on so well. You know how you sort of meet someone and you think, I've known you before, and we both had the same crazy sense of humour, and we just hit it off. And we used to see each other socially. She was married, and a few of us would go from the office to their house at weekends, and we'd go for meals, and so we'd take a bottle of wine, and we'd enjoy that, but they wouldn't have any of it. And I used to think, why don't they do that? And there was one particular weekend when I just went on my own with my daughter, and we were going to stay for the weekend, and they were going to go to church the next day, and I was going to make their lunch for them because they'd been so good to me. And that evening I sort of plucked up courage and I said, why don't you drink our wine when we bring it? And they told me they were members of the church. And I said, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They said, well, you probably know it as Mormons. Anyway, the next morning when I got up, just strangely, this came into my head, why don't you go to church with them? I thought, no, I don't want to do that. I haven't been in a church for years. And I looked at my daughter, she was 7 at the time, and I thought, well, she's never been in a church either, and maybe I'm depriving her of something. And all the way there, I didn't stop saying, well, I'm not doing this again. This is a one-off. I'm not going to do this again. Don't expect me to come to church with you ever again. And we got there, and they parked, and it was a very neat little church set in the country. And I walked in the door, and I just knew I was home. And that feeling was just so out of the blue for me. And I thought, uh-oh, don't like this, don't want this. I'm quite happy. I don't want any of this church business. And we went home, and I didn't say a word all the way back to their house. And they had never, ever seen this before because I talk. And they said, are you all right? Yeah, I'm fine. And then over dinner, we sort of talked, and I said how I'd felt, and they thought, wow, well, you can come again. And I said, well, maybe. And of course, the next weekend I went again. And this went on for a few weeks, and one day she said to me, have the missionaries actually been teaching you? And I said, no, don't send the missionaries round. You know, I'm quite happy as I am. But of course they came, and well, long story cut short, I became a member of the church. It truly has been the best thing I have ever done in my whole life.